A just followed.
We love it. We love when we have to update OBS and then it just croaks. It changes all my defaults. Oh, that's very, very annoying. I don't particularly care. Just double checking. Yeah, this could still be heard. Okay. We're adjusting my mic because I might be a bit quiet. I'm doing it just for myself, just because I don't know if I'm being quiet. I could be. Yeah. OBS can be a lifesaver sometimes, but as soon as you update anything, it just croaks. But welcome back to session 11. It has been a while. A lot of it due to the weather of Ohio. Ohio sucks when it comes to doing anything correctly, which is actually function. So that is why the last session we had, I don't remember when the last time that happened. I think that was the 29th. I don't actually remember when the last time we had a session. But I do remember what happened last session. But I'm gonna wait until I get back to the group before I do that because I know it's been a while for them. I kind of had to remember what all happened because it was a lot of stupid things. But it was fun, stupid things. We gotta remember, it was fun. We enjoyed it. And that's the end all be all of all this. But besides that, it's great to be back doing D&D. It feels so weird having not been back for so long that I almost forgot how to do this. Not quite, but I almost forgot how to do this. I probably will have to. Oh boy, my voice cannot dip. I will have to. Let's see. Kind of maybe adjust a couple things. Probably not now. Probably later. I don't know. I'll do it whenever. And also, by the time this goes up, hopefully the last session that I forgot to upload actually gets uploaded, hopefully tonight, because I had been procrastinating. We hate ADHD here. ADHD sucks. It's not fun. You just forget to do shit. Procrastinate on doing anything, unless it's something that actually enjoys the brain just a little bit. But, yeah. Today's gonna be a rather interesting day. There's not going to be a lot of combat. It's going to be a lot more me basically talking, which sucks a little bit. I don't like doing all the talking. I like letting my players do all the talking. But there's a very good reason why we have to. But it will be okay. It will be a-okay. We got this. It'll be fine. I'll hold everybody's hand. No, I won't. I don't hold hands. But we'll just be together as we have to deal with the shenanigans that happened in today's session, which is called Trial Crimes. Ooh, mystery. It's not really a mystery. But yeah, in here in just a little bit, I will cut to the party. I'm just going to have a little bit more ominous music play for a little bit. So yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That's sweet. I like how it ended right there. That's beautiful. It is ominous. I love it. So yeah, let's meet the players now, shall we? If my Discord could work.
Leon, we're getting a bit of background noise there.
Is this any better?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay, it is.
Hello.
It has been a while. I definitely know a little bit of catching up might help everybody. So, let me try to remember what happened last session because that was like weeks ago.
Wasn't that the thing of like the town and the goddess?
I think. Actually, no, that was different session.
It was the tunnels.
Yes, it was the tunnels.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you guys got back in time and got to meet one of the brothers, and he basically was like, hey, I will show you tunnels, and if you can, I'll help. We'll tackle my brothers doing this awful deed that they were doing, which was making an underground tunnel system so that they could blow up parts of certain cities, one being Elteron, the other one being Theabus, and then the current city that you guys were, well, it's not a city, it's a village, I think. Village, town, one of the two. But they were going to blow up a small part of it so that they could try to worm their way into the government. It's not the brightest idea, but they're not the bright kind. So you guys head into that area, and Discord, work with me. But okay, should be all good. You guys got into the tunnels. You already kind of confronted one of the brothers, got him all tied up, and then you guys split off. One group going down the tunnel towards Eltron, and then the other group going down towards Theabus. The group that went down to Eltron dealt with the more younger brothers. They were very easy to kind of just get them to stop doing what they were doing, very much not wanting to put up a fight. The other group, going towards Theabus, had to deal with the older brothers, and that one was a little bit leaning towards sad, but also other issues as well. A little bit more tolerable. But either way, y'all managed to get all the brothers wrangled up, got them tied up, and brought back to this one area that they had carved out where it was more like a meeting area. And you got them there, and basically, I can't quite remember how it ended up, but you guys got them to go down to the castle area and basically get all wrangled up, and you guys kind of explained to, if I remember correctly, Nyx, Wolfguard, and I think there might have been someone else. It's hard to remember. But you guys got them to basically get tried, and from what you guys assume, locked up. I can't quite remember what was said about the one who helped you guys. But it's something happened to him, but it's nothing horrible. He kind of just basically openly admitted, like, yeah, this was happening, and yeah. So, after that, after hearing everything that happened, Nyx or Wolfguard basically told you guys, hey, go into the tavern close by and start a tab. And that, I think, is where it was left off. You guys were heading over to the tavern, which from the distance that you guys can see, it's a very out there kind of sign that basically is called the Shining Tavern. And it's kind of lends closer to what most taverns in regular D&D look like, where kind of looks a little not rundown, but it's not as nice as the one you guys were in Athebus. So yeah. So, as you guys head into the Shining Tavern, going inside, there's a lot of people. Lots of different kinds of people. At a couple tables, you see a couple dwarves mingling with some of the Dragonborn. It kind of looks like they're having some kind of drinking contest. They're having a good time there, though. Off to the right, you see a couple tables that are kind of meant for like 2 people, maybe 3 if you add a chair. You see a couple people just kind of minding their business, enjoying the night as everybody else is as well. And like I said, in the kind of center area, you see a couple people just having their own kind of time to themselves. You do hear a little bit of music going on, and hearing the music, you also could tell that there are people dancing as well. So, to start with you, Orc, what are you wanting to do as you are entering into the tavern? Like I said, you see all these people kind of just doing their own thing. Where do you wish to head off to?
Oric just kind of looks around, goes and takes out a chair in one of what looks like a quieter area, and looks at the menu.
Okay. Yeah, you head over to one of the more quiet areas. It's more on the other side of the tavern, a little bit closer to the bar area. And on the table is a menu that was just kind of just left there. And looking at it, you see a couple really nice sounding drinks, a couple could tell sounds alcoholic, and a couple that not too sure it could be. On the other side, there's like a couple meals, a couple from the top to bottom. First 3 is more like beef related meals, and in the center there's a couple fish kind of meals, and then at the bottom there's kind of like stuff like with chicken and pork and whatnot. And at the very bottom there's just like a little disclaimer saying, hey, we do some of these are cooked all the way, some of these are just raw, discretion, you know.
Do they have any kind of soup?
You do see that close to that bottom disclaimer, there is a small section where it just says 2 different kinds of soup. I think... Let me actually... No, I don't think that would be there. Let me actually look this up. Let's see. Let's see. The first one that you see is called a harvest stew, and the one right next to it is a, let's see. It's just a vegetable broth.
I guess you'll order vegetable broth.
Okay. Yeah. As you notice the vegetable broth, you see a person come up to you, and they cast a little bit of a shadow on you, and you look up at them, and it's a rather normal looking human lady, and she goes, "Oh, hi there, darling. How are you doing today?"
I'm alright. It's been a busy day.
Oh, I bet. I heard a little bit
I'll
of
take the
commotions.
vegetable broth, please.
Oh, that is wonderful. That is literally my favorite. I'll add that on there. And she's writing into a little notebook that she has. She writes that down. She goes, "Is there anything else I can get you, darling?"
No, I believe that'll be all for now.
You got it. And she turns away and walks over to the counter where the bartender is hanging out, and she tears off the paper and hands it over to the bartender, and you see him look at it, looks at her, looks at it again, and just goes, okay, and turns and heads over to these double doors on the opposite side of the bar area. And I'll say after a couple minutes, he comes out and he hands you this rather large bowl of vegetable broth, sits it in front of you with some silverware, and he just goes, "You enjoy that," and walks away.
Thank you.
And as you sit there enjoying the broth, you don't notice too much as everything is happening in front of you. Like I say, you're in a more quiet area, kind of away from people. But there's still like at least one or two people close by. You kind of hear a small bit of the conversation they're having, but it's very mundane. It's like whatever. They're talking about business stuff. It don't pertain. But as you just sit there enjoying your food, you hear the familiar footsteps coming close to you, and it's the same lady that was helping you earlier. And in hand, she has a drink for you. She sits down in front of you, and she's like, "This one's for me, darling. You look like you need it." And she walks away.
Oh, well, that's kind of you.
She hears...
What does the drink smell like?
So you bring the drink up to your nose, and the first smell you get is a little bit of citrus. Smells a bit citrusy, has a little bit of something kind of sweet on top of it as well. But behind it, you smell a little bit of what is like alcohol attached to it.
Oracle try a sip.
Okay. You take a sip from it, and you get just like a wave of that citrus taste in your mouth, along with, like I said, that sweetness. It's kind of not known what that sweetness is, but you just know that's sweet. And it kind of clouds the little bit of bitter from the alcohol that's in there as well. Overall, it tastes really good.
Oh, that's kind.
And as you still sit there enjoying the rather quiet area, you hear some more footsteps, but this time it's not just one, it's like 3 footsteps coming up. And I would assume you would look over to whoever's coming over to you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You look over, and all you see is these 3 rather young-looking elf ladies.
Oh, hello.
They come up to you, and the one dead in the center, like I said, she also looks very young, but she has like a couple markings that show that she is definitely a little bit older than what she seems. But she and the other 2 come up to you, and they look at you and go, "You're from that party that came through the door, correct? You came here a couple days ago."
Yes, I did.
I don't mean to make it sound any weird or awkward just because I know you kind of are sitting by yourself, but I notice the garbs and the crests that you have. You're from Elteron.
I am, yes.
And you say that. She looks over at the other 2 around her and looks back at you and just goes, "Well, we used to live there many, many years ago. Before we had to leave, and obviously before the fall of Elteron. I'm deeply sad that that place, from what it seems like, is gone.
Indeed, it was truly beautiful. Although I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one who made it out, at least.
Yeah, we mostly left way before any of that could have ever happened. We only left because it was a bit harsh and hard for us to really live there, even in some of the cheaper areas. We kind of had no choice. But we safely came
Yes,
here.
I suppose it was.
Yeah. But hearing that that beautiful, beautiful city is mostly gone, it breaks my heart. I can't think of a good reason why, but I can think of at least maybe one for why someone would want it gone. But it mostly just sounds selfish in my head thinking about it.
Indeed.
But I do hope that you guys and some of the people training are able to bring the city back, and then hopefully whoever takes over is able to bring it back to its glory, or something a little bit better, something where me and my sisters are able to come back. We kind of missed the beach area, all the parties, all the celebrations that happened there. It was beautiful.
There's nothing I'd love more than to see Arthur City restored.
Yes. So do I. And she says that last part, and you see her kind of feeling with her hand over her thumb. And it looks like she is a bit anxious, or maybe a bit worried. It's hard to say. I mean, anybody could be doing that for any kind of reasons, but you could probably guess, due to her own past to that city, that maybe it was a little bit of worry. But as soon as she realizes that she's doing it, she immediately stops fidgeting with her hand and looks back up at you and goes, "Well, I hope your evening is well and nightly." And I hope you guys have a very safe journey there whenever you're able to go.
Thank you. A good evening to you as well.
Yes. And you see the three turn and walk away. And watching as they leave, you do notice that the garbs that they're wearing actually is from that city. It looks like they might have actually taken their old clothes and just brought it with them. They probably have not maybe adjusted to the area just yet. Who knows? It's hard to tell. But as you enjoy your evening, very quiet, like I said, not much is happening. You just kind of just adrift a little bit, just thinking about the place. And definitely hoping on getting back there as soon as possible. But as that is happening to you, Auric, Leanne, lovely Octavia.
Hello.
Hello. You...
How are you?
I'm good.
Hello.
You walk in as well. And you notice Auric going over to a small little table on the opposite side of the building. For you, something else calls to you. And it's the usual that you have always loved, which was music. You hear the music. And you take in the sound that you hear. And then you hear it stop. And as you do, you see the people in the center. They too stop. But instead to be upset, you see them clapping along. And you see a couple people going up to this area off to the left-hand side. And you see a couple people throwing in some silver and some gold pieces into a hat. Do you go to investigate?
Oh, of course. I immediately want to see who's performing, who's busking, what's it like, what's up.
Sweet. Okay, I need to find my other book real quick. Because this has some of the names that I need to find.
This is
Where...
a good volume, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let me adjust my chair.
Okay, wonderful.
And let's see. Let me see. I think I had their names written down in my notepad.
The character acting, I'm eating some.
Okay. It's going to be here. Let's see.
A bag of Lucky Charm marshmallows to really get in the mindset of Octavia.
I think I had this written down. Did I not? No, I dumb. I big dump. That's fine. I think I remember who I had you.
No,
I think
no, you're not big dumb.
I know. I think I remember
Okay.
who you saw, and if I don't, just act like you did. So you walk over to.
Of course.
You walk over to the where everybody's throwing in some coins, and like I said, you notice the hat. And as you walk over, you hear a couple voices talking to each other. You see one gentleman's kind of on this makeshift stage that they have created with some boxes, some old wood. You also notice a couple lutes propped up on the wall as well. And on top of that, you notice a couple like weirdly placed like hand drums, but of different sizes. And as you get closer to them, you also notice that the person on the stage, he looks like a normal human. But the extra weird part is the people that are around him are in similar uniforms. All of them are tieflings.
Okay.
So, let me make sure. Did I feel like I wrote it down, but maybe I didn't. I'm just double checking. 'Cause I feel like I would have, but maybe. Maybe. No, I did not. Okay. Whatever.
Testing?
You're all good. So, you. Like I said, you're walking up there. You notice the tieflings. But you also kind of notice two of them. You had seen them before. If not,
Okay.
you had seen them actually a couple of days ago. Right before you guys head off to that village, actually.
Yeah.
Roll me. I believe it's history. Yeah, I think it's history to remember.
Okay. What is a 13?
With a 13. So.
Wait, to remember things from your own personal. From yourself. I think memory is just flat intelligence as opposed to history, because like history is the world or like a place or something. But intelligence in general is, I believe, just your memory skills.
Okay.
And like that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, we can always roll with that.
Okay, that would be a 14 then.
Okay.
Unless you want to use.
It's all good.
I'm not the DM.
It's all good. I know for some things are used for history, but yeah, intelligence actually does kind of make sense. So with the 14, it takes you a moment, but you recognize, like I said, you recognize two of them. Part of it is indeed their horns, because you've seen that before. The other part is you see part of the one's face. And as soon as you start to kind of remember who they are, the one that you can see part of their face, their eyes look over towards you. And then as soon as they do, they look fully at you. And that's kind of when it clicked in your head of who they were. Now, like I said, I can't quite remember if this is actually who you had seen, because I forgot names and whatnot, but that's fine.
I'm rolling with it. You're the DM. Whatever you say is true.
The one who's looking straight at you is Coral. The one tiefling from the group of, like, that random made-up band from outside in that outside theater area.
Huh.
And, and like I said, as soon as you realize that's who she is, she too also remembers, because her eyes go wide. And she instantly looks over.
I give a cute little smile.
She looks over at her sister, and you see her whispering something into her ear. She too looks over at you and has the biggest shit-eating grin ever, and the two of them come running right over to you.
I smile.
They are, like, all over you, just kind of jumping around, and Coral, like I said, she's looking at you high, just so happy, and it's written all over her face. She's just like, oh my goodness, it's you, you're back, holy crap, what the hell, where'd you go, what the hell, oh my goodness, oh, I gotta relax, I gotta tame myself. And she says that part, and her sister looks over and she's like, yeah, you need to keep it down a level. Shush. Remember.
Well, it's a pleasure to see you guys again.
Oh my goodness, yes, it's been way too long. Well, sorry, I'm just in a so happy mood. Oh, we gotta tell her about our gig. We gotta tell her about this. And like I said, her sister's her hand motion is like, relax, you're fine. Calm. And she does. She starts to take in deep breaths. She starts, like, relaxing herself.
She sure does remind me of myself after one Mountain Dew.
Yeah. But like I said, she's relaxing herself. She's like, she's taking in deep breaths, and she's like, okay, yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay. But still, you will not believe the kind of shit that we got into while you guys were gone. Oh my goodness. We got so lucky with this person. Oh my goodness. Maybe. Oh, wait, what?
Really?
Yeah. And it's, like I said, her mind is bouncing and her sister's just like, Like, she's happy too, but she's just looking at her sister mostly, just like,
I love them so much.
Like I said, Carl's just like so happy. She's like, yes, yeah, we got an amazing gig. Oh my goodness. So this guy came up to us during one of our sessions. We were practicing in the morning. It's usually the best time to practice because everybody is still asleep. But this guy came up to us and he was like, hey, you guys are fantastic performers. You guys can sing. You guys are amazing with your instruments. But I'm more intrigued with you two. And that's exactly his words. And she looks over at her sister like, right, that was his exact words. And she's just like, that was his words. Yep, that's correct. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what he said. He was more intrigued with the two of us. And he explained a little bit later, he's just like, I just need tieflings because it's like a front, you know, the whole front. We need to look a certain way. Because it makes sense for what he's doing. And we just play some of the... We oh my goodness. Like I said, she's like so flustered. And obviously her sister's like, how about you go back and I'll talk to them, okay? And she's like, okay, yeah, I should go do that. I need water. And she bolts out.
Octavia gets a sudden look of, maybe not inspiration, but
Standing, and she asked the sister. She goes, "What does the man look like?"
Oh, like I said, the sister's still there. She's just like, well, he. She looks back over. He's just like a human, but he's a bit strange. He whenever we are performing and whether we're not performing, he always has this front of kind of all knowing, kind of like how I guess priests kind of act. He kind of acts like a priest. But he always says that technically what we do is not to be sided with, I guess it sounds crazy, but with devils and demons and whatnot. All to him, it's all up front. It's just for fun. But he's a very nice guy. He very much cares about us. But he had this idea in mind of forming a really neat kind of band. Like I said, it's all up front. We kind of just act like devils or demons for the music. And he was very much just looking for us tieflings because we kind of are close enough to
The
the real thing.
aesthetic.
Yeah, the aesthetic. And we weren't really expecting to be told that. I mean, he's giving us some really good money for certain nights. I know this night we're looking to get a little bit more than what we usually get, which is fantastic. Usually we just go based off what people give us. But yeah, I can bring him over to you. I mean, my sister, I already knew exactly what she wanted to ask you,
Of course.
but I like to let people get to know some of the others.
I love her.
But yeah,
She's delightful.
yes, she is a bundle of sunshine to me. But yeah, let me bring you over to him, okay?
Of course.
Okay. So you follow behind. I think her name was Star. I'm gonna say her name was Star. You follow behind Star.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, you follow behind Star, and as she leads you over, you see Coral talking to one of the others, a rather much taller individual, and he kind of gives you a little bit of a look, but his voice kind of warms up a little bit after seeing you with Star, so you can maybe gauge that he's okay with you. But obviously it's hard to tell. But likewise,
Oh, well, that's good.
you guys walk over to the guy still on the stage, makeshift stage, and he is talking to one of the other tieflings. And as he does, you see Star reach up and tap him on his like lower arm. And he looks over at Star and then looks directly over at you as soon as he realizes you're there. And looks down at Star. And he goes over to her ear and whispers something. And you see her whispering something back. And after a little bit of some back and forth, the guy comes down. And his demeanor kind of goes from what you had seen on the stage to a little bit more relaxed. And he looks and comes over to you and goes, well, hi. I heard you know two of the tieflings here, Star and Coral, correct?
I do.
That's wonderful. I've heard a
Yes.
little bit.
Yes.
I've heard a little bit about you. Not much. I don't exactly know where you're from. But from what I was told from Star, you are also an entertainer, correct?
I am.
Well, that is
I
fantastic.
am a ballerina. I am a singer, and I am an actress.
Oh, that is wonderful. That is amazing. Well, I don't know how much you would like to know about us, but I know it can be a bit weird, especially how Star kind of spoke about it. I mean, it's not every day you hear people singing I guess, praise, and he makes air quotes, praises about devils and demons, but just know we don't particularly care. If one day one of them end up showing up, that's not because we invited them. It's more just it's for fun.
Okay.
She nods.
But, is there anything you're curious about with us? Anything you want to know more just from me? Because I know Stark can only say so much since this is, I think, the second night that we've had them be here with us.
Well, I mean, you guys are doing well and you're touring well. Obviously, I'm a bit of an adventurer right now, so I'm not the most consistent in my schedule. But if we cross paths or anything, I could always help. Like, I could help with the equipment, or if you need an opener, or anything like that.
Well, maybe. I mean, if anything, we would need to have you know.
I know I definitely don't fit your aesthetic.
Yeah.
She laughs a little.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all fine. There's no.
So that's nothing a little me won't change.
Yeah. I mean, we can always have you for certain things. I would just have to figure out exactly. But. And then he kind of stops and goes, "Wait, you're an adventurer?"
Yeah, yes I am.
Huh.
I killed a dragon once.
You say that, and his face just kind of goes big. He's like, "You get a dragon? Really? How did I not hear
Yeah.
this?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So before the
News travels slow.
I see. That's a first. You don't hear of things like that happening, but And like I said, you mentioned the dragon part, and his eyes kind of squint a little bit. And you thinking to himself, he's like, I bet I could write a song about that.
He's either like this young woman is full of like he's either like yes, this young woman is completely delusional, or oh my god.
He, like I said, you hear him just kind of mutter, I could definitely write a song about this, but it needs to fit on theme. Ooh. Actually, could you tell me what it was like to travel to find this dragon? Was it dangerous? Was it kind of nice at the beginning?
She pauses. I don't know if I would say dangerous. I would say fun.
Fun. Well,
Fun.
did you come across anything along the way that could have come off as dangerous? Maybe poisonous plants, maybe something shady, or I don't know.
She thinks for a long while because she knows right that he's trying to make a dramatical structure of like the treachery, and she wants to play into that, but she also doesn't want to lie, and so she's trying to think about like what would you suggest she would like propose as the idea.
Well, I will say, to give you a little bit of help, the travel to there was rather nice, just because you did have help along the way. But the cave that you guys did find was kind of on the spooky side. It was more kind of like that warning of probably don't come in here. But obviously when you guys went in, it was definitely a little bit different.
She'll think about it for a moment. She'll go,
well, actually, I think it was kind of eerie. Kind of like ghostly almost.
Oh.
A little spooky.
Okay. And like I said, you see him kind of just messing with like his chin. He's kind of just thinking for a second. And the more he's doing that, the more you get the opportunity to kind of just...
When you first described him... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, when you first described him, he gave me, like, major, like, record label evil villain energy. Like, I was thinking of Phantom from Nate Wants to Battle. I was like, that was the vibe of this guy for a moment.
Well, actually, he has a completely different vibe, and I'm shocked that
But,
Evelyn has not said anything. I'm
Okay,
I'm waiting
I
for
I
it.
think this is a ghost
Look,
reference.
I have
like, I
been-
think this is like a ghost reference.
Okay, I'm sorry, I've been extremely dissociated.
It's all good. I was just waiting to hear or see something going, is this a reference to a band? And I would have been maybe.
What was the thing?
Basically,
I thought that this was a ghost reference.
it basically is.
Where?
Because the group, Evelyn,
That's what I thought.
most of the group is of tieflings with one person who looks basically like a human.
Yeah.
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 I had to.
I mean, to be
do it.
fair, average D&D
I
party.
thought it was a... Okay, listen.
Average queer D&D party.
Average D&D party. But, for both the fellow players in chat, Ghost is one of Soli's favorite bands. I knew it was Ghost right off the bat. I was just like, I'm gonna not point it out until I was like, yes, Ghost.
Yep. Yeah, because I'm so autistic.
The narrative equivalent of me being like, yes, Fall Boy.
Yes.
Hell yeah! And we love you for it.
Yes. But, like I said, as he's thinking, and you can kind of see the gears in his head kind of working with the information he's given, you are able to get a really good idea, a little bit more what the guy looks like since it's much more close up. The main key thing you notice is he has rather long hair that is kind of up close now looks more like dark brown, but obviously from that distance it could have just been mistaken for black. We also notice he has what looks like either some kind of paint or maybe faded tattoos on his face, in a very intricate design that looks to almost look like it's supposed to represent a skull. If you want to give me, I think either nature or I think it would just be nature. Yeah, let's do nature.
Okay. And not perception?
No, because this one is more like trying to think of like what kind of skull it would
Is
look
it like druid marks?
That's...
Oh, okay. That is a 15.
With a 15, I will say you can kind of recognize it as what looks like a what is... I'm trying to picture... It looks very similar to a deer skull on his face, with the black part to look kind of make it stand out that it looks like a deer skull, but painted.
Okay.
But yeah, you notice a little bit more of that detail, and like I said, you're still kind of taking in the image or like the person in front of you before his eyes kind of snap toward your direction, like in an instant, and he goes, "Is everything good? Is something on my face?" And he kind of starts kind of going over his face, like, "Is there something on my face?"
Just some art. It looks like a deer skull.
Oh, I was not expecting someone to be on the side of knowing about skulls. It's very nice. But yeah, I like to make my face kind of hard to tell what it is. So I like to reference skulls. In my study before I started to do this, I used to work with different kinds of skulls. A lot of human skulls, animal skulls, some beast as well. And I like to shake it up every night. Sometimes I go for deer. Once or twice I do a little bit closer to like human skulls. Obviously with a little bit more and he kind of is thinking of the word for a little bit. He's just like a little bit more exaggerated sometimes. And once I've also looked at
Cartoonish?
a little cartoonish. I've also dwelled a little bit closer to some of the beasts that are around here, like the owl bear skull as well that I have. Just to make it interesting.
Very cool. Very creative.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I think we're getting close to starting up on our next couple of songs. So, if you want to hang out, if anything kind of flows through, just dance. Just let whatever comes to your body, just let it flow as you hear the music. Because the music, and he starts to lean into a little bit of a persona as he says this. He's like, the music cleanses the soul. It brings out what needs to be coming out. If what needs to come out is pain or happiness or joy, don't contain it. Let it be free. And obviously, from what I am understanding of you, you already know exactly how to do that.
Well, thank you. She smiles.
Well, I must take a little bit of a small break myself. But I would say in a couple minutes, you'll start hearing the music again. I will see you there.
Wonderful. See you then. She smiles.
And then as they're on break, she's going to kind of just survey the area. And if you want me to have her go join Oric, I will totally have her do that so that the party's at the same area for Evelyn's section.
Okay. Well, as you are surveying the area, I'll say, roll me perception real quick. This will be fun.
Oh, of course. That is a 16.
With a 16, like I had told Starch, you see the same group of dwarves a little bit closer to you, since they were much closer to the stage. You see the dwarf and the dragonborn still having their little drinking contest, but you do see a lot more of the dwarves kind of swooshing a little bit to the left and then to the right, definitely 100% drunk, and you see a couple of the dragonborn kind of just sitting there. It kind of comes off like they're fine, but then let me make sure I get this correct on the race of dragonborn and what they are able to withstand real quick. I think it is, yes, it's that one. You notice that a couple of the dragonborns are green. They are green dragonborns, which in your head, just for a split second, if I remember correctly, you guys fought a green dragon. Let me double check. I think you did.
Yes.
The
Yes.
ancient, like, decrepit one that was at the end of its life.
Yes, and with green dragons, I will say just
Yeah.
to give it
It counts.
just to give it to you for this one, you know for a fact they kind of don't get affected by much when it comes to poison, and when it comes to alcohol, it's a little bit of a poison. So there's a little bit of an advantage to those
Ah.
dragonborns.
So they're all heavyweights. Yeah,
Except,
they're all heavyweights, huh?
okay. Oh, did you bring up the dwarf poison resistance as well?
I can definitely say, yeah, yeah, you are correct.
Because
With
dwarves
dwarves.
also have poison resistance.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I believe they have resistance to being poisoned, but not to poison damage.
Yeah. I'll
So the
double check.
Dragonborn are at a
Let me
slight
check on
advantage.
that actually. I'm curious.
Oh, fucking spell. What? I didn't hear what you said there, Starch.
I'm looking up the dwarven poison resistance thing. Oh no, dwarves do have resistance to poison damage as well.
Okay. Yeah, that does.
Oh,
check out.
so they're like bar for bar, pretty much.
Yeah, I'll just say with the, like I said, with the dwarves, they're definitely showing it a little bit easier versus the dragonborns who are just taking its stone face. They're just like, we're not showing it. You can see in at least one of their eyes.
Same kings.
Yeah, because I will say in one of those dragonborns, you can see it in their eyes that they're maybe going, you know, they're close to tapping out on themselves, but they're holding strong. They're like, no, we got this. So you can probably assume by the end of the night, all of them are going to just be on the floor.
Yeah.
But like I said, with that 16, you notice them. You notice the group in the center-ish area, all kind of enjoying themselves, mingling all together, just talking together. You also notice at the bar area,
Ooh.
there's
I love a good social hour.
like I said, with the bar area, you notice a couple people kind of just off to themselves. They're not talking to each other, but they're at least, I'll say, 8 feet between themselves, at least for each person, because I'll say there's 3 people there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's a good distance between them.
That's a lot of distance.
Yeah. At least one of them is on one of the bar stools, which from the distance it does not look safe, like a safe bar stool, but for some reason it's holding up.
Oh, okay. So it's just like structurally unsound.
Yes.
You see the seat wobbling.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it's up to you if you want to go over to where Auric is, or if you want to talk to some of the people in the center.
Okay, so I, Leanne the player, am going to ask the party if I like go and yap to a bunch of people.
Oh, by all means, yap all you want.
Have all the fun.
Like everyone else is
Oh
sick.
yeah,
If there was
this
ever
is
a time for
this
me
is
to yap.
her scene. Hell yeah, taking the lead. I got this. Octavia is being her usual self. She is so charismatic and just having a hell of a time. I survey the crowd. Who looks either A, the most interested in her, or B, the most interesting?
So, looking at the group, because I'll still use your 16, you take note of a silver dragonborn. They're wearing some rather nice clothing. I will say it looks kind of expensive, but it's free flowing, kind of expensive. Like it looks like they're able to like kind of just dance and enjoy themselves.
Ooh.
You notice these 3.
Oh hell yeah!
You notice these 3 people mingling all together. They're kind of just talking all together. One of them is a human. The other 2 are I will say they are half elves, and the rest of the group is a mingle party of humans and one tiefling and then another person who is a halfling, and they're all really just kind of enjoying everybody's
Okay.
time. So yeah.
I am going to go up to the person with the flowing silver rich clothes.
Okay, so you go up to the silver dragonborn.
Yeah.
Okay, you go up to her, and she doesn't notice you for a second. But after a couple of minutes, someone kind of motions that someone's to her side, and she looks down at you. She towers over you. Just to let you know, she towers. She's tall. But she looks down at you, and for a split sec, for a couple seconds, not a split second, but for a couple seconds, she kind of just isn't too sure what to do with you. But then she kind of just crouches down so you guys are face to face. She's doing that meme where she's having to talk to someone shorter than her, where she's like has her hands on her like leg as she's crouched.
Oh, of course.
And she goes, "Well, what are you doing
Yeah.
here? I have never seen someone as beautiful as you, darling. What are you doing?"
Oh, thank you.
And she blushes very, very bright pink, and she looks ecstatic.
And she's like, well, my friends and I, we all needed a little bit of a break, so they're getting some food, and I'm just socializing.
Oh, well, that is mighty fun to hear that you guys are here enjoying this lovely tavern. Oh my goodness, it is always a bunch of fun just coming in here. I swear. It's a never-ending night. Can go on for hours. You don't ever feel like you're needing to sleep.
Oh, wonderful.
I noticed that you were kind of brought over by some of those tieflings over there to talk to the main singer. What was it like? Was he fun? Was he enjoyable?
Oh, yeah, I think he is very intelligent. I think he's a very good musician. I'm a musician myself, so I talk a lot about it with others.
And she's looking so excited.
Oh, you're a musician as well. Oh my goodness. It's always fun having to hear a bunch of other people come through here who know the arts of music. Now, do tell me, you know how to dance correctly at the same time, right?
Yes, not to brag, but I am a world-class dancer.
Oh, that is wonderful to hear. Now, where are you from as well? Since you're world class.
Ooh, so that is when she's asked where she's from, right? Because the city she grew up in and the city she's born in are two separate. Would it be fair for her to say Athabas?
Yeah, since that's kind of where you're really well known for is in Athabas.
Yeah, like she spent most of her life in Athabas. So okay.
Yeah.
She says, oh, I'm from Athabas.
Oh my goodness! And as soon as she say that, she kind of straightens herself up and puts like both of her hands close to her face, and she's like, "Oh, you are from the wonderful city of Athabas. Oh my goodness, you must be all the way up at the top at Thea, aren't you? You're probably from that area, aren't you?"
Oh, well, sorta. I got into high society through school, thanks to my father.
Ah, that's wonderful. It's always, like I said, it's always so nice to meet other people who know the arts as well as I do. My goodness. And she looks away for a second, and
she smiles.
And she looks over at the person who had motioned that you were right there, and she's like, "Well, as soon as the music starts coming back, would you like to have a dance, darling?"
Oh, of course.
And she smiles brightly. She also, by mentioning high society, she does mention.
She goes, yeah, and then my uncle's a giant patron of my studio, and he's really proud of what I do.
Oh, who is he? I might have heard of him, or maybe not. It depends.
Well, most likely, his name is Milas Honey. He's very, very big on like doing charity and supporting the arts.
Oh my goodness.
Boo! Boo! Boo, Mr. Honey, boo!
Boo! Boo! Boo! But he is canonically your uncle because I love interconnecting my universes. But yeah, Chatters, he sucks. Listen, Chatters, in the Octavia fic, he is explicitly trying to make sure she marries a rich man to save the family's name. He sucks in this universe too. He sucks in all of them.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's obviously a
But
lot
she
different.
doesn't know that. She loves him and he loves her. Yeah. She thinks he's a great guy with great intentions. Because she's naive as hell.
But yeah, you mentioned that name, and her face lights up even brighter. And you also kind of see a little bit of frost coming out from her mouth, and she's just like, "Oh my goodness, I have indeed met him. Oh my goodness, I love what he does to help with the arts. I love it so much. I love all of the donations that he gives. It is amazing what he does, and the fact that you know him. The fact that you're related to him. Oh, you must make him so proud. So proud."
Oh, thank you. I do. We talked the other evening about how he was so excited he'd do this entire show, and I'm just so excited for it myself too because I've been practicing for months, and he came for opening night, and it was just wonderful.
Well, that
Oh,
is
to be a.
I don't see him as much as I'd like.
Also,
Yeah?
there is some
Yeah.
background noise that I'm picking up. I don't know if it's like mic or the volume I have you on, or
yeah. I can hear it a little bit. Let me just write this.
Let me.
uh,
Is it like a like? What is it? Is it like a like that?
yeah. No, I think it might. I don't know. Might just
Okay,
be a
that's
microphone
that's
thing.
Yeah, I think it's the TV
Yeah,
that
it's
we
that.
can
that's
It's
hear.
that.
Heathcliff rubbing against the mic.
Wait, what? No,
I don't have a TV on.
it's a high pitched like sort of buzzing. Not really buzzing. Like
Yeah, it's hard to describe, but I can hear
Let
it
me.
too.
I'll turn off my fan. I bet you $1 million it's a fan. Let me turn off the fan. Mr. Heathcliff, I'm sorry, little man. I gotta move you. I gotta. Is that better?
what you say? Can you talk? It only
Testing.
really happens
Is
when you
that any
talk.
better?
Can you talk for an extended period of time?
I am talking as an audio test.
No, it's no
Of course, I am
better.
talking as an
The
audio
sound
test.
stuff.
Is this any better?
No.
No, not really, unfortunately.
So
What could
good
possibly-
news, you
let
can
me
have your
test.
fan on. No worries.
Well, there
What
isn't
is my-
anything else making
What is
physical
my
noise in here.
problem?
Like,
What is my problem? Why am I like this?
I don't.
No.
Let me-
No, this
Is
is
it
about
feedback?
something that
Am I
I was.
too close?
No. This isn't like about the sound. This is about like what I was effectively about to be doing. I feel like I'm not
Yeah.
like. I don't know. Okay, I can save this for
Because
another time. I can
if
save
it-
this for either
if
another
there
time or
is
in
high
text.
pitch- Yeah. Okay, if there is high pitch, I'm not physically hearing it, but
Yeah,
there
might
is
just
a
be
little bit of
microphone stuff.
construction going on outside, so that
But I want
No,
to
but I get it
say,
though. I'm so distractible as a person that if I heard a high pitched noise, I'd be losing my mind.
but I will say, I want to imagine that that
Yeah.
Eloine is kind of just disguised, blending in with the like general people around, and like eavesdropping on this.
Oh, of course. But yeah, she first and foremost wild that like Mr. Honey positivity moment. You know he's getting his money back with those investments because she just. But anything he's losing, quote unquote, he's earning through like the love from Octavia. If that makes sense. Like it's not him directly buying her love, but it's him effectively cutting her paycheck. Like, of course she's going to be excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's so naive. She's so naive.
But okay. I think where did we? I can't remember where we left off.
They were gonna dance with the next dance, and she's just trying to like charm her and then charm everyone around her.
Yeah. So, as you continue talking with the Dragonborn, she ends up telling you her name is Cloudstar, and she
Hell yeah!
explains that she is on a trip here to Sanctum for a very important business with the theater that's close by, and that she is also from Atheabus, but she is kind of closer to more the center area of Atheabus on the like the imaginary line that Thea and Beas have with each other. So she's very close to that thin line.
Ah, yes, the class divide.
Yeah. But as she explains some of this, you hear behind you the guy you were talking to earlier that Star and Coral brought you over to. You hear his voice chime over the crowd as he starts to introduce the next song that they are playing. And let me.
Oh, wonderful.
And as the music starts to play and you hear the guy sing, it's a very sorry, my like I said, you hear him very well. And on top of that, give me a performance check with advantage since you and the Dragonborn are dancing together.
Okay,
My foot could not fall asleep.
that's a 21.
Okay. Nice. With that 21, you feel the hand of Cloudstar grab yours, and almost like instantaneous, you hear the music, and it's like immediately you know exactly how you're going to dance, which the song basically to you and to her give you both a sense of joy and happiness and this kind of childlike happiness that you obviously for your age you have not felt in a while, and it is strong inside you. It makes you so happy, it shows on your face, and even for a little bit as you two are dancing, you get a little bit of tears in your eyes as you remember a little bit from your childhood, both from when you were training and in the I can't remember exactly what they're called when it comes to like where you learn ballet and whatnot.
The academy.
Yeah, the academy.
Yeah.
Where you're constantly learning as a young child, and then you get a little bit from when you were younger of before this ever happened. And memories of you and your family come to you as you. Hold on.
Until it's time to use it.
Ads in my music. Fuck right off. Sorry. But, like I said, you are getting all these overwhelming memories coming towards you as you dance. But it doesn't hinder your movement. It doesn't stop you from your dance. It just makes your movement both fun and elegant at the same time. And even Cloudstar notices that too. She starts to take on more of that role of the support for you as the dancer. And you both are just enjoying the evening. And as the song starts to dwindle down and end, and you both come to a stop, you two get a lot of claps for all of you. And even heck, some of the people around you hand you some silver just because of how beautiful you danced. And
Oh, wow.
with the silver that you get about 10 pieces of silver altogether.
Damn! Good for her! She's smiling and she's like, thank you, thank you.
And after being handed the silver, and obviously you keep it to yourself, and you also see some people giving some money to the performers upstage, you notice Cloudstar taking one of the chairs kind of close by from one of the standing tables, and she takes it and she sits herself down and she looks over at you and goes, I have never seen someone dance as beautiful as you did. That was amazing. It felt like I was a mother to a child who was a classically trained dancer. It felt surreal.
Oh, I'm glad I could do that for you.
And she smiles brightly.
I need a little bit of a moment. And she kind of reaches over to like a pocket that she has, and she brings it up to her eyes because she has like a little bit of tears, and she's just like, I don't think I will ever dance as beautiful as that.
Oh, I'm sure you will. It just takes time and a good partner.
Indeed it does. And as you enjoy the evening with the new group of people, and some more music obviously plays, and you all enjoy the evening, Evelyn.
Yeah.
For you. Oh boy. Obviously, you said that you had changed your shape and figure to be someone else, correct? Is it?
Yeah, I've kind of just been like hopping around the party, listening into conversations, being that wallfly that's just on no wallflower that's on the other table.
Okay. So, obviously in your shaped form, you notice all the commotions going on around you. You saw Octavia dancing with the Dragonborn, and even to yourself, you thought that was amazing. It was beautiful. It's something that you just don't see happen so often, where a dancer just gets so absorbed in the music that they just go with it. Like, it becomes just them. But obviously, like I said, the music died down, and you notice some of the other people around you. You notice the table with the drunkards, and you notice more of them definitely are kind of out conscious at this point. They have a lot of cups around them, so they've been drinking for who knows how long. But it probably has been a while because they are racking quite a stack. And like I said, you notice Oryx sitting at the table by himself, enjoying his time with his food and the drink that he was handed, which at this point now he has like a second drink with some water. And you also notice some of the people at the bar area really just minding their own business. But I'll say as you walk closer to that bar area and you kind of just peer around at the people close to you, you hear a hand come to your right hand side. And it wasn't like a loud thud. It feels more like someone just placed their hand just normally on a table. And do you turn around to look at them or just kind of brush it off?
Yeah, I'll turn around.
You turn around and the person in front of you is mostly cloaked. You can't really get a good look at their face. But the only thing you can notice is their pale skin. And the other thing you notice is what is attached and holding this cloak that they're wearing. It's a crest. Not just any crest.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is your family's crest.
Shit.
How do you feel?
For a moment, Elwyn's disguise will just flicker as she takes a sudden swallow, a gulp. She's a little taken aback. She knew this was coming, but...
The figure doesn't say much, but their hand outstretches to you with an envelope. A regular, kind of tannish envelope with no letters, no names on the front, and just hands it over to you. And the only thing they say is, "Hello." Do you take the envelope?
I'll take the envelope. Yeah.
As soon as that envelope, you take it, the hand disappears. And when you look up, they're gone. They have just disappeared. Do you choose to open the envelope now or just keep it to yourself?
I will keep it to myself for a little while.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of just neatly put it off to the side, probably one of your pouches. And realizing that the person is not in the building anymore, you go back to looking around at the people close by. And like I said, you'd notice not too many people. Quite a few of them are just in their own little conversations. Hells, you even notice some that are really deep into conversation. They're talking about something, but it's really hard to hear what they're saying. Where do you choose to go next? Do you choose to go over to where Oric is, or close to where Octavia is, or wherever?
Okay, I will effectively just sit there for a little while, trying to re-engage with the party, trying to resume what I was doing before, or join in with something, but just can't manage to get myself to actually mentally engage. And so I'll effectively head to the toilet area, secret myself away, and open the letter.
Okay. So you do that. You notice a door that is for that just says is restroom. You go in there and you lock it behind you. And as you sit and you go and open the letter, on the back is a wax seal with the family crest. And you go and open it, and it is a very small piece of paper, folded once, and on it in red ink says, "You know your mission. You know what you're supposed to be doing. We have eyes." And all it says in the bottom is really just another stamp of the family crest.
She's going to start sweating a little, but shake her head for a second and burn the letter.
Okay. So you... Hold on. Why can I not bring up Discord? Ah. My goodness. There we go.
You got this.
You start burning the letter, and a little bit of smoke piles and starts to kind of not really build up, but it's a little bit. And once the entire letter is gone and the flame dies out, you hear a little bit of a knock on the door, and you hear not a very deep voice, but not very high pitched, who just goes, "Hey, is everything all good in here? If you need a smoke, you can go outside. It's best not to do it in here."
Yeah, that's all right. Thanks. I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And you leave the restroom.
Yeah.
If you have a passion to achieve more
Okay.
for yourself,
Ah.
Smoking
What?
in the boys' room.
I hate that there's ads. It's annoying. Right. I can't remember if you had said yes or
If
no.
you want Spotify Duo, I'll give you a Duo account. If you want like Spotify Duo, I'm willing. Like I'll do that for you.
It's all good. So yeah. You said you were leaving the
You
restroom.
sure?
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. So you are leaving the restroom, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You exit out of there, and you just see a young gentleman, human, and he looks at you and has kind of like a sad look in his eyes. Whether it's because he knows of anything or if he just generally looks sad, who knows. But he watches you leave, and he closes the door after you leave it. Okay. Where you want to head? Where you want to head to next?
I'll approach him.
Okay. You go up to the
Old man.
the gentleman, right?
Yes.
Okay. You go up to him and you kind of follow behind him because he heads back to a table that is just of himself. And as he sits...
Okay, I know what you were meaning, but from the wording, I for a moment pictured just a table of people exactly identical to him. It's just a bunch of changelings who all have the same disguise.
No, he's just at his own
The
little
table
table.
is just.
Everyone needs a hobby.
You know what I thought? You know what I thought?
My
I
English.
thought a table shaped like him for a fraction of a second, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's."
Oh
I
my
was like, "That's
goodness.
not what that means."
My English sucks. Basically, he just goes to a table that is just for himself. Man, I can't English.
Yeah.
Um,
It's so. You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you, man.
but as he goes and sits in the chair, he kind of takes a sigh, straightens himself up, looks a little bit to the side, sees you, and you see him like jump like really dramatically. He almost falls out of his chair, and he just is like grabs a hold of the table and is like, "Oh my goodness, don't sneak up on people. I could have had a heart attack. Oh my, ugh." And he starts actually clutching his chest, because he's just like, ugh. His heart probably skipped a beat, maybe. Who knows?
This man could not work in any type of stress industry. He will die.
But he looks back up at you and he's just like, "Can I help you? Is there anything you need?"
No, sorry. Is there anything is there anything you need?
No, I mean, realistically nothing. I've just been enjoying the music. It's actually been really nice. You don't
Same
hear,
here.
yeah, you don't hear such unique music in a while. But
I don't happen to know you, do I?
I don't think so. I mean, been living in this town since I was born, I guess. The other place I've ever been.
You have a good night.
You too. And he stops. Oh, yeah.
Was the look just of concern?
Oh, the look of concern. Sorry. I had to actually hear it in my brain a little bit longer. He kind of just goes, "Oh, well," he starts to kind of stutter a little bit. He's like, "Well, I mean, there's multiple reasons to be concerned for some people, you know? You never know what someone could be doing. You never know what day someone's day might be. I mean, for all I knew, you might have had a shitty day and just needed to wind down a little bit with something, you know?"
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, go for it.
My wisdom's shit, I believe. And my roll was shit as well.
It's all good.
So I guess I just don't really read them at all.
Depends. What was the number?
Like, the flat roll was a 5.
Okay, and with the wisdom? Or
The wisdom will either not help or actively detract from the roll. I believe. I think.
Like
Hold
I said,
on.
like I said, it depends.
Pardon?
I mean, it depends.
No, like,
Oh, is it
wisdom is, like, I believe my dump stat, my negative.
Oh, so it went down.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So from what mostly you can just tell, he just
I hate this.
seems pretty normal. Nothing interesting, nothing that really stands out. Even the concern sounds pretty legit.
Actually, it's a +0.
Ah, so it's just flat.
Strength is the -1.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh no!
Ooh. That
Couldn't
definitely,
be me.
yeah. But yeah, he's just a guy who's just enjoying the evening.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy. But yeah. Anything else you wish to do with him, or just wanted to do?
No.
Okay. So after you have that conversation and kind of just walk away from him, and even looking back, he's just sitting there. He's enjoying some of the music that's going on. The doors from the front open like wide, like they make the loudest sound that doors could make when they're just flung open. And that doing so stops everybody. Any kind of music that was going on stops. Everybody that was dancing, they all stop. Any kind of talks stopped. The room goes dead quiet. And in the center from the door, also you guys do see who it is. You see, who's it gonna be? You happen to see Wolfguard. He steps into the tavern and he looks at everybody in the room and basically commands every single person in the room, minus people that work there, to head inside the castle immediately. Like, whatever you're doing, if you have a tab, if you have anything...
Oh, he's evacuating it?
Yeah, he's like, pay it now, get to the castle.
Oh, like instant evacuation?
Yeah. Whatever you were doing,
Okay.
get your ass out. So, in the case for anybody who bought anything, I know, Oric, you did, for you, the lady who was helping you, she comes over and she leans over and whispers to you and goes, hey, whatever tab you guys might have, I'll just keep it open until the morning, okay? You guys don't have to worry about paying for it now, okay?
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is
As
about. But
everyone's being evacuated.
Elwyn will kind of like snap her fingers, and the bodyguards will try and help escort people who are having trouble out.
Okay. Yeah. You...
As everyone's being evacuated, Octavia sets the 10 silver pieces on the table near the bar, like near the register. And so this is how, because she's doing this very quickly. She arranges them in a heart, as if to be like, yep, this is clearly from Octavia.
So...
That's great.
That's adorable. So, as Elwyn's bodyguards help some of the people out who might need a little bit of help, which there's not too many people. Some of them are helping the drunkards get out as safely as possible. And for the most part, they kind of get set off to the side of the building.
Yeah.
That way, they don't get trampled and that they can get some fresh air since their legs are a bit wobbly. The only people that don't really need too much help are the Dragonborn, because you can tell even as you walk past them, they're definitely drunk. They're not showing it, but they're helping their one friend who you notice is actually a white Dragonborn, who he just looks wrecked a little bit. They're helping him more than anything.
Fair.
And they all walk out safely.
As everyone's immediately looks to see Oric and see Elwyn as well, just to make sure that they don't get separated. And she, as everyone's evacuating, she sticks as close to them as possible.
Yeah. So you you all stick close together. Like I said, you all kind of notice everybody's all kind of walking all together. But then as you do that, you also notice more people coming from some of the other areas as well. All in like kind of like a single file line kind of deal. And everybody has a look of confusion, like, what's going on?
Fair.
Why are we coming here? Why are they wanting all of us? They know we can't all fit into this building. You really hear a lot of the conversations. Like I said, each and every one, you hear one person saying, man, why are we doing this? I was asleep. Another person going, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a big deal. Who knows? And you hear someone else going, hey, maybe they're actually going to be prosecuting some of those dumbasses. And then you hear someone slap them. And they go, they already are, dumb fuck. But like I said, a lot of the voices that you can
court works fast here.
yeah. Like I said, a lot of the voices and the convos you hear are mostly just out of pure confusion. Like, why are we here? Why are we being dragged here? What's the purpose? Even you guys don't know. You guys have no fucking clue. Because it's just sprung out of nowhere. Until you guys...
precisely.
Yeah, until you guys get inside the castle and you see Nyx off to the side with the worst ever anger face ever. Like, she looks like she's ready to blow up, and you actually see a lot of a lot of fire just all around her. And it's shocking that some of her clothes are just not like burning off, but could probably put two and two together. She has fire resistant clothes. But she does not look happy. She looks pissed.
Oh yeah. Good.
But as you guys...
Fair, I suppose. I mean, I don't know the context, but...
Yeah. But as you guys make your way in, a lot of people are all going to separate areas. And for you guys, you're not... I will say, you guys aren't too sure where to sit. But you do notice a Goliath wearing a similar outfit to what Wolfguard wears. And he sees you both, motions for you guys to come all the way down to the floor, where some of the floor seats are. And he points over to...
Okay, Octavia takes Oric and Elowen towards the front.
He points over to the chairs, and all he says is, these are your spots. Sit.
Do you know what's going on? Is there some kind of state of
Okay.
emergency?
You ask him that, and very stone cold face, all he says is, the matter at hand is highly important. That is all I can say.
I see.
Okay.
Octavia already has sat down. She immediately followed the order.
Okay. So you two, you sit right in your spots. And after some time, the Goliath does stay very close to you guys, just for a moment, until the entire room is basically packed full of people. And there's, like I said, there's the continuous of whispers. Even the people behind you are all going, why the fuck are we here? I wanted to actually do stuff. I had something I was planned. And it's just flat out confusion. Until, if you...
Octavia's gonna hold Oric in Elowen's hands as like a comforting thing.
I will say though, for...
Elowen is going to squeeze back.
Aww.
Aww.
Adorable. I love it. But...
This party is such a good party. They all three, they care for each other so much.
Yes. But, like I said, as everything is kind of settling down a little bit, I will say for you three, you guys stare directly at the center of this area. And the one key thing that you notice is that there's just one singular chair. And
Okay.
I will say, if you guys want to figure out whose chair that is, you can either give me intelligence. I think, yeah, let's just do an intelligence roll. Let's do that.
Flat intelligence. All right, 1 second.
Okay.
What is a 12?
Okay, got a 12,
Oh, that's a 9.
a 9.
Oh shit, I'm muted. 15.
15. Okay. I would definitely say, for you, Auric, you kind of remember the chair, but it is a little bit too similar to some of the other people's chairs that it's a little hard to tell whose chair in particular this belongs to, but you do know it's one of the councilmen's chairs. For you, Octavia and Elwyn, you notice right off the bat, that's Key's chair, the druid.
Okay.
And for you, Evelyn,
Okay.
I will say a little bit of, like, I don't want to say like a sinking feeling comes over you, but something in your brain kind of clicks for a second of, this is something bad. You're not sure what kind of bad, but it's bad. Ow. Oh, that hurt. That hurt my throat. But,
Gosh, allergy season's killing everyone, huh?
Guess so.
yeah. But realizing that there is a chair that belongs to the councilman, but not just any councilman, it's Key's chair. I will say, do any, you, Octavia or Elwyn, kind of say that, like, kind of out loud, but not entirely? Kind of like a, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Octavia will like casually whisper that information and retaliate it to Oric. She is naive, but she's not so dumb as to announce that, like, oh, that guy's shit, you know.
Yeah.
She very subtly tells Oric.
What could the implications of this be?
Maybe he's taking over the council. Maybe they're all having a vote and it's fine.
The energy of a room, this doesn't feel fine. I hope you're right, though.
Yeah.
She frowns. She knows.
Yeah. As, like I said, it takes a couple seconds to at least a couple minutes before you all see Wolfguard coming out of that small room that you guys were once in, like a couple of days ago. And he has the look of, like, he's serious. Like very emotionless, but his stance and his walk shows intention. And he stops, like, off to your guys' left, his right of the chair. And with his presence, everybody in the room goes quiet. It's so quiet. It's unnatural. It feels weird. Like I said, that tension is there. And after some time, Wolfguard looks around at everybody, his eyes taking in the surrounding area. And with his booming voice, he goes, "Hello and welcome, everybody. I know this was incredibly short notice, and I know a lot of you were in the middle of very important things, whether it was sleep, whether it was having fun, whatever it may have been. I'm very sorry that I had to bring you all here. But a lot of it does come out as someone who is looking for others. But I feel like bringing you all here in such a short notice is highly more important than anything else. And this could not wait until till the morning. And he finished that last part, and you hear the door from the same room he exited opens, and you hear footsteps walking from it. And you hear the door close. And from that area, walking towards Wolfguard, is Nyx, Key, who has her hands bind, and
Oh.
Ravine and Will as well. Nyx comes up
Okay.
behind Wolfguard, stands in front of the chair, and Wolfguard goes and turns and walks away from the stage-like area. And Nyx takes a
Okay.
moment, and you see her like the fire that was intense start to simmer down a little bit, kind of relaxing, trying to keep her cool and her emotions calm, as she doesn't want to, like, start off hostile. And she starts to pace from like in front of the chair as she speaks out to the crowd. She says, like Wolfguard was saying, I am deeply sorry that we had to trouble you all with this meeting. But as we are going to figure out here today, this meeting is highly important. I know some of you had asked questions amongst each other. Some of you even asked me. And I know some of you asked some of the Goliaths and some of the giants as well. What we are dealing with today is something that no person should ever have to ever hear happened. And while the person on trial today really did not break a core rule, it is a rule nonetheless that we are not happy with. And she says that last part and looks over at Key as she walks towards her chair and takes a seat. And she's stoned. She's not showing any emotion. She is flat. Her eyes are still. Her body language shows composure. And she's not letting anything slip through. Nyx walks over to Key and puts her hand on the chair, almost going for her shoulder, but then doesn't and goes over to the chair. And she says, Key, if you want to make this easy for us, you could explain to everybody here watching all this unfold today. You can explain to them why you are here, why your hands are binded, and why your chair is the only one out. Would you like to explain? And Key, she does not say anything. She does not utter a single word. She just looks at some of the people in the crowd, kind of scanning every person. Her eyes come across you three. And for a split second, you see a little bit of disgust in her eyes. You even see it in how a little bit of the corner of her mouth kind of turns. But as quickly as you guys see it, she's back. She's back to full control. But she does not utter a single word. Nyx continues and walks back in front of Key. And she says, "You can keep quiet all you want. We could always just get it over with right now. We can have our evidence, speak the words that he knows, or we don't have to say anything. We don't have to tell them why you're here. We don't have to do any of that. We could just persecute you right now and let everybody just hear what we are accusing you of. But I want to give you a chance, Key. I really do. I want to give you the chance to admit to what you've done. I mean, you kind of told us that anyways. But we want the people to hear how you fucked up. So, are you going to? Are you going to admit what you did? Like I said, we can make this very easy. Easy way, hard way. A way that I would find more entertaining, but I'm not allowed to do that. Rules are rules. And she says that last part, and she says the last part and looks over at Wolfguard with a little bit of a smirk. And still.
Gosh, so they have kangaroo court, but at least they have no torture.
Yeah. But Key fully just is not saying much at all. She's fully on board with not saying anything. She's like, I'm not admitting anything at all. Whatever you feel like, that will be it.
Yeah, Octavia's gonna both party members' hands again. Because she's anticipating something horrible. She's like, what is going on?
And like I said, Key does not say anything. She actually now is just staring directly at Nyx. But after some time of a little bit of silence, Key does say one thing. She does utter one thing. As she's staring daggers at Nyx, she's like, why bother? Why bother with anything? To which Nyx...
Oh, she's a nihilist.
To which Nyx goes, because the people deserve to know. Everybody deserves to know the truth. Why should we hide it from them? You're the one hiding it. It's your doing. I don't know if this is you not wanting to admit it because you know what you've done. I don't know if it's the guilt of what you've done. I don't know. But I want to give you a chance. So please, make this easy. That's all I want from you. Twitch, like I said, Key doesn't say much. But she does look over towards her right-hand side, your guys' left. Looks up and just goes, I don't care. Do whatever the hells you want. I don't care. Just use the magic. Use what you know will get me to speak, because it's the only way you will. And with that, Nyx kind of just like raises her hands a little bit and goes, okay, that's how you want to do it. And she looks over towards Ravine and goes, Ravine, You know exactly what to do, buddy. Get that scroll. And Ravine kind of jumps a little bit at hearing his name being called out and just goes, yes, ma'am, I'll do that. And you see him reach into his pocket and bring out a wrapped scroll. And he unfolds it. And you hear the magic indications. And you see his hands kind of move. And let me make sure I know exactly how big this is. Oh boy, if I can spell. Boop. What the hell? Let's find this. Okay. In front of you, you all see a giant sphere form over. Hold on. Is this actually pretty big? Yeah, I guess it's pretty big. A sphere forming over both Nyx and Key.
Oh, are they casting like Zone of Truth?
Yep. Yes, they are. And once that is done,
God, court in fantasy settings has to be some of the worst stuff to ever have to go through.
Just trying to make sure.
Because, it's like genuinely, right? Like when you're in a fantasy court system, basically, unless that society is proactively trying to ensure the rights of the accused, you are relatively fucked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As everybody sees the dome basically forming over the two, you hear a lot of just gasps and just some whispers behind going, they don't really use that spell. Like, how is that possible? I mean, they don't like it. It looks like you hear a lot of whispers of people going, they don't do that often. Why are they doing this? This must be serious. So on and so forth. It's quite a bit until you see Nyx turn and motions for everybody to be quiet. And to which she turns back to
Not the silent fox.
she then turns to back to Key and she goes, well, you wanted to make this hard. Now you know exactly what we're playing with. So, I say it again. Speak only the truth, because it's the only thing you'll be able to do from now on until this ends. You got it? And Key just nods her head. She's like, yeah. And so Nyx continues. She goes, so, I'll make this very simple for you. I can either ask you detailed questions or yes or no. I'll start easy with you. So, on the night of... oh, what was it? It was the night that we agreed to help the adventurers. Did you or did you not stay behind so that everybody was gone? Key, for a second, tightens her lips, and she goes, perhaps I might have. To which Nyx goes, okay, that's fair. You know exactly how this works. So, let's say you did stay behind. Did you or did you not?
You can say I might have in Zone of Truth.
It's dancing around it is basically what someone can do. Basically how it typically works is they have to make like a Christmas saving throw. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. And then there's the affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which would normally be responded with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of truth. She knows. She knows what she's doing.
She's just lawyering the fuck up, effectively.
Yeah. Nick's
Where were you the evening of? And she's just like, I don't know. Where was I?
yeah, basically similar to what Pinocchio did in one of the Shrek movies, where he's just like, I may or may not know of the location of this individual. He didn't say lie. His nose did not go longer.
Oh, I love tacticality.
Yes, I love it as well. It's so much fun. Likewise, Nyx then asks her next question. She goes, okay, so let's say you did stay behind. Would it be fair to say that you then left the area as soon as everybody was gone, and you decided to leave... Leon.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, good.
Let me set down my chips.
Gotcha. Likewise. Did you... Wait, what was... It was, if you did stay behind, would it not be true that you would have left Sanctuum to maybe partake in other matters? To which Nyx kind of... She kind of moves her head a little bit to the side, kind of thinking. She goes, that would make sense. I sometimes do that, where I like to leave Sanctuum's borders to go mind my own business and do my own thing for a short bit. To which Nyx goes, okay. That's fair. So, if you were to leave, you wouldn't have come across Spire, right? And Kiki goes, no, I would not have come across Spire. It's like, okay, so on that night, you did not come across Spire. It's like, nope, I did not come across Spire. It's like, okay. So, as you're on your walk, you wouldn't happen to come across some strange-looking people, by chance, would you? Key thinks for a second. She's like, well, I mean, there's all kinds of strange-looking people. I mean, you could say humans are strange, owlins are strange. Who knows? There's so many different kinds of strange individuals. It's like, okay, you're really playing it. I'll up this amp-dick just a little bit. Did you meet anybody outside the border minus Spire and minus that one kingdom? Key shuffles. She's like, I might have met some people. Depends. There's a lot of people. She goes, okay. And did you by chance talk to them? It's like, maybe I might have spoken to them a little bit. Nothing of interest. And you see her struggling to say that last part. She's like, I will not speak anymore. She goes, okay, I think and Nyx says this. She's like, I think I'm finding it. She goes, so, let's say you talk to these people. Did you by chance mention Spire? And before Key could even think to try to deflect, her mouth instantly says yes. And as soon as she says that, a large wave of gasps wash over the crowd. And for a moment, no other questions are asked. Nothing else is spoken of. But you do see Nyx clenching her fists, and you see a lot of fire bursting through her hand a little bit and around her knuckles. She goes, "That is exactly what I figured. So, you talk to these strange individuals. You mentioned Spire. I wouldn't say you might have led them to them by a chance of the word, or maybe you might have pointed something out. Correct?" Key does not say anything. Nyx, in a bit of more frustration, she goes, "Come on, Key. I know exactly. We all know exactly how you feel about Spire. You just don't want them to be around. You can't stand that they are somehow better than you. Now, is that true? I mean, we don't even have to say it. You tell anybody who can listen that you don't like them. The amount of times you've said that to me. And every single time I have looked at you with such confusion. Because I don't get it. What makes you hate them so much? Why can you not stand them? They are nothing but kind to everybody. Nothing but... Hells, I could even say it right now. Maybe better than you." And at that last sentence, Key stands up and she stares directly into Nyx's face and says, "You want to know why I can't stand that person? It's very simple. I can't stand them because I don't believe them to be truthful. I don't understand how a druid can be in cohort can work with two gods at the same time. That makes no sense. I have asked the god of nature himself why. And he always tells me I am not worthy to hear that. And I don't understand. I don't get it. Why am I not worthy to know? Why is it that they are worthy to know and no one else? I don't get it. That is simply enough for me. So maybe I wanted them to be found. Maybe then I wouldn't have to hear about them from the others. Maybe then I wouldn't have to deal with knowing that they are somehow better than me. Maybe that's it. Is it sad? Yes. Is it depressing? Of course. Do I hate myself for it? 100%. I don't know why I feel this way. But you want to know one thing? You want to really know one thing that will make this even worse for myself, that I am perfectly fine with admitting, whether Zone of Truth is open or not? Nyx just says, what? What could make this any more of a better reason? To which Key stares directly into Nyx's face and goes, "For all I know, those fucked up people could be doing whatever the hells they want. That's all they want to do. They're curious about this place. They're not from here. They said it themselves. They're not from here. They're from God's know where. They speak of things that I don't understand. But they're curious. So I told him about Spire. I told him about the druid who walks two planes of existence. Who works with two paths that could never make sense. And they were intrigued. So maybe it was not smart of me. Who knows? I certainly don't care. And with that, the room falls deadly silent. No one says a word. Nyx looks over at Ravine and tells him, well, not tells him, but motions to let it down. And as he does, the sphere around the two diminishes. And Key sits in the chair. You can see her taking some deep breaths after having to get all that off of her chest. And Nyx, her fists still clenched together, more fire surrounding her palm. She looks towards Ravine and goes, now, you tell them what you found out. And if she says a word, well, I think I'm allowed at this point to keep her mouth shut. And in doing so, you see Ravine coming up, very skittish. And you actually notice behind him is a staff. It is a staff that you're not entirely familiar with, but it's a rather nice staff. It's decorated. It has trinkets hanging from it. You see like a couple herbs tied around it. You see a couple etchings on it as well. Some in a language that some of you don't know. But you see him having it hoisted on his back. And he steps in front, looks around, and very timidly goes, I discovered the disappearance of Spire because I noticed some of the farmers looking rather sad. Some of the farmers like to talk to Spire, because Spire has tales that even I have never heard of. And so I asked them why they were sad. And they told me that they had not heard from Spire in days. And so I decided to get permission from Wolfguard to go investigate what could have happened. I made myself a map that would get me to a possible location. It's a very small map, and he actually does bring out the map, and it is pathetic to look at. It looks like a child made it, but it has a couple key areas that, at least from the distance, you can see some of it is written in some kind of red ink. Part of it written out is the name Sanctum. Off to the very bottom corner is something hardly legible, as it was smeared a little bit, and you see a weirdly made path that looks like what's a good word? Kind of like snake-like, where it curves a little bit in certain areas.
Serpentine?
Yeah, serpentine. Yeah, like that. And he holds up the man-made map, and he goes, I used this map to figure out where I could find Spire. Along the way, I found their staff, and I carried it with me. As I traveled through, I took too many dangerous paths, one that I really don't recommend anybody to ever take. Highly dangerous. But I was able to come across a very interesting camp. I saw a weird... I don't even know how to really describe it. It's all made of metal, and all around it was some tents made with sticks and leaves and brushes and who knows what. I also noticed that they had, I guess, these interesting looking cages. But I also had noticed there were people inside of some of them. A couple humans. I saw this one lady. I'm not very familiar who she was, so I don't think she's from here. And then I saw Spire. I tried going up to ask them about what they are, who they are, anything I could, but not a single one of them I could understand. Until I came across one. She made herself out as some kind of apothecary, chemist, I don't know. But I was able to speak to her. She too also spoke in a way that I could not fathom to understand. But from what I could gather, they're not from here. They're from some other plane of existence, I believe. Not one that I'm also familiar with. But I asked them about Spire. I tried asking, are they going to ever let some of these people go? I tried asking as much as I could. I then sadly got chased out. I, luckily enough, did not get hurt. At least not by them. Might have tripped over some stuff, but that's gonna happen. And I was able to get back to here and was able to inform some of the councilmen of what I have learned. I truthfully believe we need to go and rescue Spire. And if we're lucky, we can rescue some of those other people. I don't know how good this might work. I don't know what all we can do to help. But I think we should try to help as much as we can, if possible. And as he finishes the last part of his sentence, you all see Wolfguard come back up. And he put his hand, which is huge compared to Ravine. Like, it covers his entire shoulder. It looks like it could just be armor for his shoulder. Like armor, like shoulder armor. It just covers. And he looks down at Ravine and goes, "Thank you for all you could tell us." What all we could ever say is different. It's far more different than what we were ever expecting. But hopefully the news of what we have learned today hopefully sparks maybe a little bit of courage in some people to help us. We don't quite know. What we do know is that we need to have a proper judgment on what we should be doing with Key. And so I raise the question for everybody here. Should we remove Key as a councilman and make them just as a citizen, and that they will never be allowed to be a councilman for the next... And he thinks for a second. And then he says, 20 years. They won't be a councilman for the next 20 years unless after the 20 years are up, to which then they will be granted the same rights as everybody else where they can be voted in. Or we keep Key as one of our own. No punishments. Nothing. And as he says the last part, whispers start to talk amongst everybody. A lot of people that you guys can hear close to you are all saying the exact same thing, which is, Key is a fucking danger. We don't need them. We need to find someone else. We need someone 10 times better than them. Someone who isn't going to go behind our backs to try and harm another person. And as a lot of the whispers continue talking, you see certain groups of people all come down to tell Wolfguard their vote. You see someone representing for the more strange and unusual, like the tieflings, the changelings, the drow. A group come up to tell their vote, and then you have the ones representing the giants, the Goliaths, anybody similar to that. They come down and then give their vote, and then alongside that, waves of different people come up and give their vote. And I'll say, as that part is happening, You look at Nyx and Key, and you all just see Nyx with her hand over Key's mouth, and you see a little bit of heat coming off of her hand, but you can't really tell if she's leaving a mark or is actively harming Key. You just see just that, with Nyx and Key both having a very straight face. I gotta stretch for a half a moment. But as people finishing up with giving their votes, Wolfguard steps back and he goes, well, from what I can tell so far, it's basically unanimous. From hence onward, and for 20 years, Key, the druid, will not be a councilman anymore. You will treat them as a simple citizen of Sanctum. Now, that does not mean you guys get to go and be a giant asshole to them or commit crimes against them. You know the rules. You know not to do that. But it is okay if you are angry at them. It's perfectly fine. But now, hopefully in the coming days, we will come to an agreement on who shall take up their role. And hopefully we will get that answer soon. Until then, you all are free to go back to sleep, go back to mingling in the taverns, free to do whatever you guys choose to do. Hopefully, we'll be able to do something about what we have learned here tonight. And as he starts to dismiss people, a large amount of people start to leave the area. Or rather, going from the tension that was once before, it now has gone more close to a calm over everybody. It's still not a happy situation of learning, but knowing that the person who has done this is now being given a punishment. And I will say, you hear some people going, oh, I would have done something 10 times worse. And you hear that person going, well, I mean, are you seeing what Nyx is doing? I think they're actually being harmed currently. And they're not entirely wrong. You see Ravine going over to Nyx and telling her to, like, you can see his hand batting at hers, and you actually see a little bit of a mark from where Nyx's hand was over her mouth. But nothing that looks like second degree burns. It's kind of close to like first degree burns. But as a lot of the people are leaving, Wolfguard looks at you three and goes, would you like to come up here for a split second? Do you guys choose to get up onto the stage? Where did my phone go? What the hell?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, shit. What
I
the
think Eloin's still just a little shaken up.
Yeah. That is 100% fair. I also... Where the fuck... Oh, I found it now. I'm stupid. So, you... Octavia, you go up and... Oh, shit. Oops. Eloin, you're just still taking a seat.
Yeah.
Okay. And for you, Oric, do you get up, or are you still taking a... still sitting?
Orc is still sitting down. He looks to be clenching his hands.
Okay. So for you, Octavia, you hop up and you go up to Wolfguard, and he kind of gets down on your level alongside Will, who joins him as well. And then after a little bit, Nyx also comes over. And Wolfguard looks at you and goes, I don't want to ask too much of you guys. You just did so much for us. But if we have Nyx and Ravine go on this adventure to save Spire, would you three like to come with? That way we have some people who are a little bit more trained and diverse in what they're able to do.
Of course.
Good. I figured you guys have done so much for us, and we want to help you with this one as well.
What's happened to Spire is a catastrophic lapse in judgment, and I can't let anyone keep being harmed by it.
Yeah, we weren't really expecting to have learned of this. I mean, we know Spire is more recluse. We know they don't like being around this area. They have their own ways of doing things, but to hear them being captured and in a way being held hostage it's not right. And I mean, if we get lucky, we might be able to free some of those other people. Get even more luckier. Maybe we don't have to bring any harm. Hopefully. I just don't know what these people are planning on doing. I mean, from the sounds of them, they don't sound like any people that we have around here. I'm sure as hell not familiar with them. They could be anything. I mean, even Ravine said they looked strange. Like, a little bit human-like, but like extremely malnourished. But it was strange just how strong they could have been. It's odd. But there's only so much we can really do, obviously. And obviously we don't know anything. But hopefully we'll give you guys some time. We can... And Wolfguard starts to think for a moment before Nyx looks over at him and goes, well, how about this? We wait, and on the second day, we will leave at daytime. We will let everybody get some more time to figure out what we should do, maybe gather some supplies. Who knows? Maybe we can even gather more information. I'm not sure. But we shouldn't go now. It's too late. And we're not prepared. I know at least for Ravine, he might need a little bit more sleep. He's been doing a lot for us. And I'm even shocked that he even went out on his own. I don't get that man. Ever. But it's whatever. If he wants to join us, he could join us. Oh. Oh, are you okay? Oh. Are you okay?
Poor thing.
Yeah, poor baby. She's coughing. Poor little thing.
Ooh.
But... fucking hell. Yeah.
No, that wasn't like
Okay.
saying something. That's just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah. The councilmen all look at you and go, well, mostly at this point, Wolfguard, he just goes, I am very grateful that you guys are okay with helping us. Like I said, we asked way too much of you guys. But we're glad that you guys are okay with doing this. Like I said, After some sleep, you guys gather whatever you guys need, whatever you guys want to bring with. Make sure you stock up on stuff. And second day, that morning, we'll leave. I'll make us a map. I'll make you guys a map. And it should lead you guys to those people on a lot safer manner. That way you guys don't have to deal with anything horrible, anything treacherous, hopefully nothing that's in the jungle area. Besides, well, they're not bad people, they're weird people. But you guys will be fine. I know you guys will. And so, yeah. Is there anything you guys want to say to Wolfguard, Will, or Nyx, or what?
What? Brave.
I mean, I like, not even brave, but just like as, like, gosh, like the party is just like here for it. I suppose we're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, right, my inclination is to be like, don't torture that person. But at the same point in time, like, no, actually, also, Octavia would be like, hey, maybe you're going too far.
I mean, are you saying this to one of them, or?
Yeah, she would be.
Okay. Nyx on that one actually chimes up, and she goes, there's 10 times worse things that we can do. I mean, you don't want to know what we're doing to those guys that you help find. And she winks at you.
Oh? Octavia looks incredibly concerned.
Trust me, you don't want to know. There's a reason why it's difficult to get to that area.
I think I do want to know. I wouldn't want to contribute to.
I assure you, I've seen worse.
I mean, like I said, I don't want to. Hold on, my brain. I don't want to show you at least where this is, just because it's a bit of a trek and there's still some people around here. But let's just say the punishment for Key is a lot nicer in my book. I would have done worse. That's why she will have a little bit of a tan around her mouth. At least a handprint. She'll be fine. But yeah, after that, some of the councilmen, mostly Wolfguard, Will and Ravine, take Key out through through that back door and take her a little bit of somewhere else, obviously. And Nyx stares at you guys and just kind of looks very defeated. She's just like, I would never have expected in my entire days that Key could be such a fucking asshole. I trusted her. I trusted her to actually uphold our rules. I trusted her to make better judgments. But we were wrong. But hopefully, us going on this is going to be pain or reversing any kind of issues that the universe could throw at us, you know? And with that, she walks through and out the front, front exit. You guys are just now left by your guys' self in the the meeting hall place area. What do you guys choose to do now?
Octavia is going to ask Oregon, Evelyn, sorry, I don't, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Octavia is going to ask Oregon, but she's going to be like, what do you guys think we should do?
Pardon?
What do you think we should do?
Didn't catch that.
Oh, she said, "What do you think we should do?" I think I said it so high, it was auto silencing.
The microphone is
Like, girl, no
just
squeaking.
very crusty, like extremely crusty.
Yeah. Gosh darn it. She said,
No, I heard.
What do you think we should do?
oh, sorry.
I'm not sure. My mind's elsewhere right now.
Are you
She
alright?
nods.
My mind's closer to home.
Was something at the party making you nostalgic?
Oh, Octavia. I wish I could be more like you.
She smiles.
But I like you, you know?
Oh no, I wouldn't change. Just that optimistic naivete.
She smiles, not knowing what naivete means. She just heard optimistic, and she's like, "Yeah, I
I
am."
received a letter. I received a letter from my family.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's not good, judging by your reaction.
I believe I do not have long until they decide it is time to kill me. If I am to continue
no.
my current path and not bend my knee.
She shakes her head.
Well, then we'll just have to defend you because that's not going to happen on my watch.
You're very funny.
You think I'm kidding? And she grabs her rapier
I'm not.
from her bag
No, I
and like
don't think
unsheathes
you're
it.
kidding.
Does she?
I know that you're being honest. You're not the kind to joke about that kind of thing.
She nods.
We would, the three of us together, if we stood together and gave it our all, we would be flattened in seconds.
Well, there's more than opportunities than just fighting to get what you want from something. Who knows? Maybe I could talk them out of it.
If we managed to change grandfather's mind on a single thing, the tiniest little opinion, even the smallest, most trivial thing, then frankly I think I would have to call you the greatest and most successful diplomat in the history of society.
Well, if that's a new goal, if I ever do meet him.
No,
But no, obviously, like,
I want to see him burn. I don't want to see him reformed.
She nods.
I don't want to see that face or any of the others he wears smiling and getting along with people outside and reforming. He is scum.
Goodness. And she nods, knowing that it has to be a lot for you to feel that way.
You're no stranger to troublesome relatives either.
She blinks and has no idea what you mean.
she's like, I suppose.
Fully not aware of just how evil Hoodie is. She thinks he's a great guy. If anything, she probably thinks you're referencing the fact that her mom is missing.
I think I need some time.
She nods.
That's completely understandable.
Take all the time you need.
Okay. So for you, Elowen, you go. I'm guessing you leave and head back to your room that is in the castle.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you head back up to the castle. You exit the room and you head up to the grand stairs, and you head into your room, and you just flop right onto the bed, and you start to feel the effects of sleep kind of take over for you a little bit. But like I said, there's that lingering kind of like anxiety, I guess, in your brain at the same time. Especially with that ominous note as well.
I don't think she'd be able to get to sleep for quite a while.
Yeah. It'd probably just take a long time for it to actually come through. Whatever. Messing with my mic because it's off center. But yeah, after quite a while, you do end up in a restless sleep. For Octavia and Auric, you stay in the room for a little bit longer, talk about anything, or what are you guys up to?
Oric's just mentally preparing for whatever needs to be done to save Spire.
Huh. Octavia's trying to be supportive.
He's like, yeah, we can do it.
Okay. So I'll say, as you both are just kind of thinking things through, you'd both feel a little bit of sleep kind of tug at you a little bit. And feeling it, I would say you guys probably start making your way towards your guys' rooms as well in the castles. But as you guys do, you, Auric, something in the back of your brain comes through. Very similar to some of the other times this has happened. And you hear that familiar voice of that dragon. And you hear him just speak to you for a moment. He goes, "It's a mighty predicament that you people end up in. You trust so easily. You let things unknowingly happen. And when things happen, I mean, it happens. But it's funny how people react to it. You have people reacting to a disappearance with the utmost urgency to fix it. It's like wanting to fix something that definitely could be fixed. But does that outweigh the danger? I mean, who knows? Realistically, I couldn't tell you either. I mean, I'm not one to give you advice. I'm not one to predict the future. But maybe another voice is helpful. But whatever ends up happening with this, I might come through a little bit. I'm curious about who these people might be. I heard a little bit of the conversation. And I gotta admit, they sound a little familiar to me. But I'm not sure. So hopefully when you guys are able to see them, I might be able to tell you a little bit more. But who knows? Other than that, I hope your troubled mind rests easy tonight. And with that, the voice and that funny feeling just disappears. And as you guys make to your guys' room, well, your guys' own separate rooms, each one of you just kind of flops on down, taking in the feeling of the nice beds, the nice cushiony beds, very soft. Feels nice. But it still feels weird knowing such a horrible revelation about someone. And in your guys' brain, just a little bit, you kind of remember what Nyx might have said about how some of the councilmen might not be exactly good people. Or some that come off a little bit two-faced. It could have forewarned about Key. It could have...
In this society.
Pardon?
Oh, I said two-faced in this economy in the Octavia voice as a joke.
Yeah. But remembering what Nyx said, it's hard to figure out if Key had said something against helping you guys, or if this could have just been something else altogether. It's hard to say.
Mm.
But likewise, as you guys obviously drip off to sleep, each one of you have some decent dreams. For some, maybe a little bit nicer. For others, maybe not. Really just depends on each person. And I will say with that, that will be the end of today's session, which has come off as relatively very easy, where it just starts off as a new day for you guys. But likewise, like I said, I'll be ending today's stream.
Good game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I was...
Good game. I love
Oh.
getting to play my stupid little bubble.
You're doing good there, buddy.
Oh, I'm just going
It's so
straight to
sick.
sleep.
Poor baby. Both of you need
Alright,
to
get
recover.
sleep.
Good night.
My brain, my head is hurting, and my brain is so exhausted.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely go
Oh,
get
geez.
some sleep.
Yeah, go rest
poor
up.
thing.
But I will go in and stream, and I will be right back.
I overestimated my ability to
Of course.
engage tonight.
It's all good. I try to make it... Today was definitely more centered around just me talking.
100%, yeah.
I guess it kind of worked out for you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will go in stream, and you go get some sleep as well. I'll be back. So, yeah, that is going to be the end of today's stream. I hope you guys enjoy it. I had a lot of fun, I will definitely say. It was definitely a very interesting session today. It was definitely, like I said, heavy on DM talking a lot. Hopefully next stream, a lot of us feel a little bit better. I know I can tell I'm coming up with something. I just don't know. But that will be the end of today's stream. Next stream will be a lot more interesting. I know today was kind of interesting for those who were watching, especially to our one friend who followed. It's very nice to see you there. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for chatting in the chat. Hopefully, next session goes smoothly as well. So yeah, I have everything pretty much planned out for that session. So catch us next session for a little bit of fun in the jungle. Huh. So yeah, I will see you Bye bye. Bye bye.